Hi, this is Sarah. In this lecture, we will discuss the use of visual charts and visual curves in the evaluation of visual capacity in patients after cataract surgery. The learning goals of the present course are the definition of visual acuity, the description of visual charts used for the visual acuity evaluation, the description of the defocus curves, their application in the visual acuity evaluation, and finally, the description of a new visual curve evaluation method. Visual acuity is defined as a quantified method of evaluating the ability of the eye to discern shapes and objects at various distances. It constitutes a vital part of the basic ophthalmological examination, contributing to the early diagnosis and monitoring of ocular diseases, as well as being the primary method of evaluating a person's visual capacity to drive. It is therefore imperative, for the visual acuity assessment, to create a standardized procedure, so that any vision changes can be easily recognized. Visual acuity is measured by using special charts. These charts use letters or symbols of various sizes and are placed at specific distances away from the patient. The examinee tries to read or identify the letters or symbols, starting with the larger ones at the top lines, and gradually moving at the smaller ones at the bottom lines. The smallest letter or symbol size that the patient can identify is defined as the patient's visual acuity. There are several types of visual charts, with the Snellen chart, the ETDRS chart, the Landolt-C and Tumbling E chart being the most prominent for the evaluation of distance visual acuity, whereas the Jaeger chart, the MN Reed and Radnor charts are used for the evaluation of intermediate and near visual acuity. Historically, the first visual chart was created by Hermann Snellen in 1862. The calibration of the chart's letters was based on the observations of English astronomer Robert Hooke, who indicated that the angular resolution of the human eye is 1 arcminute. Therefore, Snellen defined normal visual acuity as the ability of the eye to identify a letter, which has 5 strands, and its angle of resolution equals 5 arcminutes at a reading distance of 6 meters. Snellen charts consist of letters that, at the top of the chart, require 1 out of 10 of normal visual acuity and can be read with a resolution angle of 5 arcminutes, from a reading distance of 6 meters. The letter size gradually decreases, with each new letter line being a square root 2 times smaller than the previous one. The early treatment diabetic retinopathy study, or ETDRS chart, was first introduced by the National Eye Institute of the United States of America, based on the Bailey-Lovie charts, in order to solidify an original method for the visual acuity measurement for the early treatment of diabetic retinopathy. The Bailey-Lovie charts first introduced the term logmar, which is the logarithm of minimum angle of resolution, in order to achieve homogeneous change in the letter size. The ETDRS chart contains 5 letters on each line and the letter size is reduced at a rate of 0.1 logmar, while the letter change ranges from 1.0 to -0.3 logmar. By converting the logmar formula to the decimal 1, it is easily understood that the visual acuity of logmar 0 is equal to decimal acuity of 10 out of 10, whereas negative values of the logmar formula are equal to decimal values higher than 10 out of 10. Landolt-C charts were created by Landolt in 1888. It is comprised by a single letter in the shape of a broken ring, which appears with different orientations and uses, among others, the logmar unit of measurement. Tumbling E charts was first introduced by Taylor, and it was comprised by the single letter E, appearing in 4 different orientations. This visual chart was created solely for the visual acuity measurement of illiterate populations. Similar to the Landolt-C chart, the Tumbling E chart uses the logmar unit of measurement. The Jaeger chart test is used for the near visual acuity measurement. It is comprised by sentences in distinctive paragraphs, whose letter size is gradually increasing from 0.37 to 2.5 millimeters. The chart is to be held at a fixed near distance, usually at 40 centimeters distance from the eye. The Minnesota Low Vision Reading Chart, or MN Reed chart, is used for the near visual acuity measurement in people with normal or low vision. It consists of sentences whose letter size gradually decreases at a rate of 0.1 log units, from 1.3 logmar to minus 0.5 logmar. The examination takes place at 40 centimeters. Digital charts have been standardized for visual acuity examination, mostly due to their simple and accurate measurements, which can be easily conducted even by inexperienced examiners. These charts use algorithms that offer viable and objective results, without the danger of variability in their interpretation. Finally, the visual acuity evaluation follows a strictly automated procedure, which removes any possibility of examination errors. DART is a web-based digital reading test for near and intermediate vision that was developed and validated at the Department of Ophthalmology of the Democritus University of Thrace. It has been developed and validated as a digital near-vision reading test based on the fundamental properties of the Greek print version of MN-Red. It has also been validated as a web-based distance visual acuity test that provided reliable measurements in clinical and telemedical settings, both for normal and low-vision patients. DART incorporates the fundamental principles of the printed MN read and calculates the following parameters. Reading speed is the reading speed of the current sentence in words per minute. It is calculated by the following formula, where errors is the number of mistakes made by the patient in the current sentence, and time in seconds is the patient's reading duration of the current sentence. Reading acuity is the smallest print size that can be read by the patient easily in logmar. It is calculated by the formula presented in this slide. Maximum reading speed is defined as the patient's reading speed when reading is not limited by the print size. It is calculated by averaging the reading speed of the sentences with a print size larger than the critical print size. Another reading parameter of DART is the critical print size, which is defined as the smallest print size in logmar that can be read with the maximum reading speed. Finally, Reading Accessibility Index is defined as the mean reading speed of the 10 largest print sizes of the MN-Red acuity chart at 40 centimeters, divided by 200 words per minute, which is the mean reading speed of normally sighted young adults aged between 18 and 39 years old. This parameter was designed for better evaluation of one's access to text across the range of the 10 most common print sizes found in everyday life. DART for near vision does not require installation to a host computer and displays sentences with text sizes from 1.3 to minus 0.5 logmar for different patient screen distances. It automatically calculates the DART reading parameters, providing advanced text calibration features and monitoring examination distance. Similarly, DART for distance vision does not require installation to a host computer, provides advanced text calibration features, monitors examination distance, and automatically calculates the visual acuity scores. DART for distance vision displays 5 letters on each slide with text sizes from 1.3 to minus 0.3 logmar for different patient screen distances. Defocus curves is a method used to depict the unilateral and bilateral visual acuity of pseudophakic patients after cataract surgery and presbyopia correction, thus evaluating the performance of the implanted intraocular lenses. In the figure, we can see the defocus curves, showing various levels of defocus for 2 groups of IOLs, a monofocal and a multifocal one. The shape of the curve varies depending on the IOL type used for pseudophakic presbyopic correction. In the first figure, from left to right, we can see the binocular best corrected distance defocus curves of 2 trifocal and 2 EDOF IOLs, whereas in the second figure, we can see the defocus curve of an EDOF IOL, 1 month after presbyopia correction. To apply the defocus curves method, the patient is corrected for distance visual acuity of 10 out of 10. For this method, we use positive and negative power trial lenses. The lenses are used for measuring binocular and monocular visual acuity at a range of defocus of +1 to -4 diopters, using -0.5 diopter steps. The visual acuity resulting from each defocus point simulates the actual visual acuity at the specific distances, taking into account the basic formula used in optics, in which f equals 1 to diopters, where f is the focal length of the lens in centimeters, and d is the power of the lens in diopters. Defocus curves can be applied to evaluate the visual performance of IOLs in patients who undergo pseudophakic presbyopic correction with implantation of premium IOLs. With the use of DART, the defocus stage of the traditional method is replaced by measurements of the actual visual acuity in 9 different distances. Specifically, the use of DART for distance vision is recommended for the performance of visual curves. The letter size of DART is calibrated according to the distance of visual acuity measurement, which takes place at 9 different distances of 25, 28, 33, 40, 50, 60, 100, 200, and 300 centimeters binocularly and monocularly. Thus, measurement of the visual acuity in several distances allows the patient's postoperative visual acuity to be evaluated at a wide range of distance, intermediate and near vision. The visual curves resulting from the use of DART impose a crucial improvement over the traditional defocus curve procedure, addressing a series of drawbacks that defocus curves cannot address. First of all, defocus curves don't take into account the magnifying effect caused by the use of the trial lenses, as well as the ocular convergence and the pupil response. On the other hand, DART innovative features, such as the computer vision-based calculation of the distance between the patient and the screen, the automatic adjustment of the symbol size, and the automatic calculation of all visual acuity indexes, allow the accurate assessment of the visual acuity at any distance, and the calculation of the actual visual acuity curve in a similar way to the defocus curves, but without the drawbacks of the latter. Especially the use of spline curves, which present the best fit with each focal point that is actually measured, makes the plotting of the visual acuity curves as accurate as possible. In these figures, we see, clockwise from top left, a visual curve of a trifocal IOL, the visual curve of a bifocal IOL, the visual curve of a monofocal IOL, and finally the visual curve of an EDOF IOL. Finally, another index that is proposed to be measured for the better assessment of the visual curves and the visual capacity at all distances is the area of the curve. Specifically, for each generated curve, the area of the curve is calculated using the trapezoidal rule. Calculation of the total area could evaluate the total visual capacity accurately. Moreover, in this method, we can evaluate separately the near, intermediate, or distance visual capacity. On the next 2 slides, you can find a few references for further reading. Thank you for your attention. I hope you enjoyed this presentation on visual acuity curves, and please don't forget to run the self-evaluation tests of the lecture.